Each year, thousands of Kenyans lose their eyesight after failing to get eye transplants. With more Kenyans needing cornea transplants to restore their eyesight, the demand heavily outweighs the supply. This is because millions of Kenyans, like many other Africans, choose to be buried with their vital organs such as the cornea. Yet they could make a difference and put a smile on the face of a fellow Kenyan by pledging to donate their organs. According to eye doctors in Kenya, more local people should start donating corneas when they die because once we die, our bodies are of no use. Doctors at some of the biggest eye hospitals in the East African region are baffled over the ignorance on the concept of donating body organs.
All this culture, why can't you adopt this, that you can donate your corneas, and that too it is after death. It is not we are asking you to give the corneas when you're alive. Awareness created within the people of Kenya to donate the corneas. You can donate this corneas. I bring this corneas from USA so as to transplant, because nobody donates here. Only the Asian Kenyans are donating at the moment after the death. Yeah, after that. Yeah, you can donate after death, the cornea. So it can be a very good gift after death to someone who doesn't see well.
And generally in Africa is difficult. We have a culture, we have belief that when any part of your body when you die you should not give it. That make it for us now, up to now, like here in Kikuyu, we have to get cornea from US, and it is costly. It's almost $1,000. So you put the cost to the patients, and not everybody can afford it.
People on the waiting list, almost 5,000. If we give you the waiting list, you would be surprised. It's a lot. And this is only Lions Eye Store, because there are other eye centers we have eye centers in Western region of Kenya. Kenyatta National Stores, the largest referral store, they have a waiting list. Kikuyu Eye Center, they also have. So this is as far as life is concerned. So if you walk to other eye institutions also, they'll have their also waiting list.
Loresho Eye Hospital, located in the capital city Nairobi, lies one of the biggest eye banks in East and Central Africa. One of the only 4 eye banks found in Africa. But despite having an eye bank, which is functional, thousands of people remain on the waiting list. The sad reality is that most of the people on the waiting list are children and young people. People believe that the entire eye is removed while harvesting the corneas. But this is not the case. It is only the top layer of the eye, which is a clear lens. Most of the beneficiaries are children and the youth between the ages of 7 and 20 who are in school and higher institutions of learning.
We have an American doctor here, his name Dr. Gradin. He's the one who his family took the initiative of establishing a cornea bank here. But unfortunately, during the course, because he wanted to bring all the major eye care partner in the group so that we do a collaborative effort, because he knew that it's not something easy. It happened that some facility took them to do it themselves. And that is why you see up to now it is not growing.
Currently, it is many Kenyans of Asian origin who donate organs once they die.
There are some technicalities that are involved. Normally, there's what we call the consent. You normally pledge your eye before you die. Like you have to give us consent that you like to save somebody's sight once you are gone. And once you do that, once you pledge your eye, you write the consent, you need to give us your next of kin names. Because those are the people who know whether you are dissect, that they contact us, whether you leave us with that contact information. Alongside that, we also like involving the physicians. We have people who have family doctors. So somebody maybe have been following up as a family doctor. Those are the people also we want to be part of the consent or the pledge form. So that if maybe a death has occurred, there are the people to get in touch with us, say that we try to harvest that eye in the shortest time possible, because we know that the first 6 to 8 hours after death, those are the crucial hours that you need to get the eye and preserve it. And then you also need to perform various tests on the dead person, so that you know why the person died of which ailment. Because if it was an infectious disease, the cornea might not be very suitable for any other patient. So there are a few things you need to do. There are people who have issues like hepatitis. We have like the HIV/AIDS thing. So once you do the cornea harvesting, there are various tests you have to perform.
If hospitals were to harvest corneas from other Kenyan communities, they would be able to donate free of charge, while the cost of transplants would come down, making the procedure more affordable to Kenyans.
We are happy that we have an eye bank around, which is functional. Although now if you go to the eye bank, we don't have eyes there, because once we get the eyes, we use them, because there's so many people who are waiting for those eye donations. And we are lucky that because we have the best eye bank in Eastern and Central Africa, as compared to places like Ethiopia and South Africa, who have the eye bank. There are around 3 or 4 in Africa. So we've taken a step ahead as far as eye donations are concerned. And we've been able to get corneas for transplant locally and also from abroad. But it's still a challenge, because there are still issues with our people, with our community. People still in fear. They don't want to donate the eyes when they die, because we only want your eye once you are dead. We don't want your eye when you are still alive. So we are still doing what we call community awareness, trying to reach out to the communities, the church leaders, opinion leaders. They try at least to get out of those superstitions. They talk to the people. They tell them the need of giving sight to somebody once your life is gone. The response is good, but it's still a very major challenge. But other countries, issues concerning eye donations is going on very well, and rarely will you find people on the waiting list as far as corneal blindness is concerned.
Africa and here in Kenya, particularly for people to donate their eye, it needs a work of long term, and it needs partnerships. Some years back, we have an American doctor here, his name Dr. Gradin. He's the one who his family took the initiative of establishing a cornea bank here. But unfortunately, during the course, because he wanted to bring all the major eye care partner in the group, so that we do a collaborative effort, because he knew that it's not something easy. It happened that some facility took them to do it themselves, and that is why you see up to now it is not growing, because it needs a concerted effort for everybody. That's not only the eye care worker or the health worker, but it's take even the religious leaders, traditional the leader politicians, in order to do it is a campaign and explain. And the role of the religious leader is so important, and traditional leader is so important, so that to get a change of mind.
Africans should discard the notion that it is culturally wrong to donate or receive a body part, and that if you have a transplanted organ, you are not a complete human being. In India, people queue in hospitals to donate organs voluntarily. This has largely contributed to India's successful medical tourism. Caroline Tomno, CAS TV.